everybody. My name is Mars. You can call me MG if you would like, and today I will be telling you about my favorite book covers of all of the books that I read in 2025. I did read quite a lot of books, so there were many options to choose from, but I managed to narrow this list down to 7. It's going to be a nice quick video. I do have a bonus book to show you at the end that's not technically applicable to this list, but I want to show it off anyway. But basically, I'm just going to show you the cover and tell you what I like about it, so this shouldn't go on for too long, though I am known to ramble. But let's just get right into it. So the first book on this list is Break Wide the Sea by Sarah Holland, and this, I think, is my favorite cover out of every single book that I read in 2025. Like, this whole list is full of beautiful covers. This one takes the top spot. I just love the dynamic nature of it, the big swooping wave. I love the ship right in the center of it, and this whale that you kind of don't even notice the first time you look at it. At least I didn't notice it the first time I looked at it, but it like kind of adds some perspective to it. You can sense the drama and the danger from this image, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I personally love images of things set at sea. They absolutely terrify me. I am so scared of the open ocean, but I think this one is just so beautiful. I really love the not quite monochrome nature of it. Like, yeah, it's mostly like blue and grayish silver, but you got like a little bit of other colors in there, but it is mostly that blue vibe, and it's just absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to see what the cover of the sequel looks like. I'm really hoping it doesn't disappoint and it's just as beautiful as this one. Next up on this list is Dear Mothman by Robin Gao, and I think my favorite part of this cover is the color scheme. It's very colorful, but kind of almost muted, like it's not overwhelming in the number of colors you have on here. It kind of looks like a painting almost, like the colors kind of blend a little bit in with each other, and it's got this ethereal vibe to it. I also really like how you have like darkness around the top and the edges, and then the center is very bright. I think that does a very good job of showing off the title and not having that get lost in the image, because I feel like covers with a lot of colors on them and with like some complicated imagery, it's hard to kind of make sure each element is highlighted the way you want it to, but I feel like this cover does a very good job of that, and I just think it's very pretty and I like looking at it. Next up is kind of a controversial take, and that is Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. I know so many people hate this cover, but I think it's so beautiful in its simplicity. I do love really gross things, but still, I think it is very nicely laid out. I really like how some of the elements of the image overlay the text, but some of it goes behind. I like the lime green text on it. I think it's very cool. It's very bright in person, which I do own copies of some of these books. I just didn't feel like getting them off my shelf, and also it's easier to just show you by putting it on the screen. But the rat with the mushrooms growing out of it is so grotesque with all like the drippy elements. It's so gross in a way that I really love, and I think this cover is exactly what it needed to be for this book. The next book on my list is not a controversial one in terms of the cover image, and that is A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. This is epic fantasy in an image. Like, it truly shows the scale and the scope of this story just in how dynamic this cover image is. I love the dragon on it. I love dragons so much, and both this and Priory of the Orange Tree, also actually the new one, what is it called? Among the Burning Flowers. I haven't read that one yet, but I really, really want to. They all have such stunning covers. The cover artist did a fantastic job. I love how intricate the details are, again, without it becoming too muddled. Like, there's always something you can look at on this cover, and every time you look at it, you find like some new detail, but none of it really gets lost. It's just new things to discover, if that makes sense. But yeah, this series, easily some of the most stunning covers I've ever seen. The next cover I have for you is Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. First of all, Rebecca Ross, fantastic author. This year she's really solidified herself as one of my favorite authors, so definitely check out her books if you're interested. But this cover is so gorgeous. I really love the softness of it. The leaves growing over the top of it. The mirror frame is so beautiful. I really like this glow that we get coming from the book that kind of has the title backlit because of it, and you can like start to see some details in the character's face, but some of them are still in shadow. I just think this is a stunning composition. I like that it's centered but not exactly symmetrical, like some things are a little bit off from it being truly symmetrical. It's just absolutely beautiful and definitely deserves a spot on this list. The penultimate entry on this list is Incarnate's Rise by Crystal Kiesler. If you didn't know, Crystal is one of my best friends. This is her debut novel, and oh my god, am I obsessed with this cover. I mean, I'm obsessed with everything about this book, but this cover is just so cool. I know throughout the years she's shown different like concept ideas and like things that she thought might be the cover, but this kind of just like blows all of that away. It's so spooky, and I really think that plays well into the story because this is a paranormal adventure story and you get that kind of like creepy supernatural vibe from it. I love the teal color. I think that is so pretty, and the house in the distance with the tall trees and this like shadowy figure in the middle where you don't see his face. I think it's so nice and like really fits the story well. Also, can we talk about the actual title on it and that like goblet of blood that is the eye in Rise? Like, absolutely amazing. Genius idea on the part of the artist. Like, that looks so cool. And then that goblet is also on the spine of the book. It's just really cool, and I'm obsessed with it. And the last entry on this list is Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang by Kylie Lee Baker, which surprised me for a lot of reasons. I was not expecting to absolutely love this book the way that I did, but that's not what this video is about. I just figured I would mention it. This cover is so cool. I love that it has those intricate designs that I really love, but that it's all kind of centered and then it's still got this like murky void of a background. I think that's really fun. I really love bats. I think that they're so cool, and so I'm very happy to see one on the cover. And then like the plants and everything that are behind it just kind of makes it not just a bat on the cover, you know? So I think this one is another one where it's got a very nice composition. Like, I like how it's all situated together on the cover. I think that it is very well done. And then the last book that I have to show you is this bonus book. It is not a book that I read in 2025, but it is a book that I purchased in 2025, and I am going to show you the physical copy because I'm just so excited to have this in my hands. A little bit of context. In my junior year of high school, I worked at a local bookstore for exactly 3 days, and the only thing that I have to show for those 3 days is an ARC copy of Uprooted by Naomi Novik. That came out in 2015, so over 10 years ago at this point. So this was the spring of 2015. And apparently, I am just very bad at buying books that I actually really like, that I want physical copies of, because for a decade, I just never bought a physical copy of this book that I loved and I've read many, many times. I just had this arc of it, and it was just so silly to me. But it got to the point where I didn't want to buy just like a regular copy of it. I was like, it's been 10 years. I might as well wait until there's some like special edition that I really love to kind of commemorate it and make all of this waiting worth it. And then one of the last days of the year, I think it was like the last Sunday of 2025, I went to this bookshop and I found out that a new paperback edition of Uprooted had been published. So I bought it. Look at how beautiful this is. I love this like simple artwork, but like it's so detailed at the same time. Like, it's a tower and a tree. Quite simple, but it's very intricately drawn, and I love this background color. I like how it's not completely monochrome. Like, it's definitely lighter in the center and then gets a little bit more saturated around the edges. I like the golden font that they used for this. The spine is bright gold, and it's just so beautiful. The back of it also has like a little bit of illustration around the edges, but it's still pretty simple. It's just so beautiful, and I'm glad that this is the finished copy that I finally ended up buying, and I definitely want to reread it from this copy, even though the font is kind of teeny tiny. But yeah, I really love this book, and I'm glad that I finally get to honor it with a finished copy on my physical shelf space. And I will forever keep that arc, but now the two of them get to live side by side and be really cute together and make me very happy. So those are all of the books and covers I have to talk to you about today. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.